I know you said you had Lyme disease, right?
Mhm.
And that's a struggle. Like I understand, like that's something I thank you for sharing that with us because a lot of people don't share personal details like that. And that shows how strong you are because you're showing how powerful you are and that you're working. You get to know your real friends. So what
Yeah.
other struggles have you faced that you don't mind sharing about, like, work wise or anything like that?
Well, I basically started off this business with a struggle. I mean, I almost died. So
Yeah.
that happened. Yeah,
Glad you made it, girl. Glad to see
yeah,
you.
God's been testing me since day one.
Got
So
same. Me and God are
yeah.
quite close. We've been going through some
Yeah.
struggles. We're best of friends
And
though.
and it's making me stronger though. Like, like I feel like the first time, I had my first cat life. Yeah,
I met my spirit
after
animal, Heather. Heather, I met my spirit animal.
I know,
I'm always
right?
like, honestly, we started off
she
so close
always
because I'm always injured. I'm always sick. Like it's something. I get major surgeries out of nowhere. You're my spirit animal. I feel safe.
Oh, so yeah, I started off with a car accident and almost losing my life to that was a redefining moment of like, who do I want to be? And I felt so powerful at that moment when it happened because I felt like there's a reason for me to be on this earth again and I have to do something that's impactful. And I understand from the outside world that Vamped is a creative agency, marketing, da 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 da. Like we do fun shit. But for me, the reason why I made the business like deep rooted is because when I was in this industry as a model, I felt so taken advantage of. People wanted to sleep with me in exchange with opportunities. I felt really insecure about like how toxic and it's like you have to do this to actually be famous and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to be famous, but I don't want this to happen to anyone I know. So I almost felt the need to go back into this industry and be a light to a lot of these women and talent and protect them and let them know that they're beautiful. They don't have to change who they are. They can be any size, shape, whatever they want to be. And they know that they can come to me and I can help them through anything. And that was the most important thing for me is to create, be so loud in the industry and know that I didn't have to change my integrity. I didn't have to change my values. I didn't have to change anything for this industry. And I still was going to be successful. And I was going to show all of them that you can do it without having to be someone else. You didn't have to be an imposter. And that was the reason why I made my business
Oh,
ultimately. So
preach.
yeah,
Mic drop.
Girl.
that's true.
I feel
That's
like
true.
not enough people say that. And I mean,
Yes.
I know a lot of the entertainment industry it's famous for putting people in those types of situations.
Yeah,
So you don't have to. You don't have to compromise who you are as a person. You just don't.
exactly. You
It's so
don't.
good that you said that because people need to hear that.
Yes,
People need
I
to
know they
hear
do.
stuff like that because you don't hear that enough. Like I was talking to like a friend of mine's at work today, when I was working, but I'm having a little celebrity gossip on the side. And we're talking about like this new, So we're talking about like, different celebrities like Demi Lovato's YouTube video channel. And I was like, I don't know how these kids, like I didn't have to grow up with social media pressure that these kids have to go
Mhm.
to. And I feel
Yeah.
bad for kids who are like teenagers now. And to have you say these things who actually work with all these influencers, they need to hear stuff like that to know that like you are protected. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be the certain size or a certain skin tone or a certain long hair or short hair. Like just be yourself
Yeah.
and someone would be there to help you. So we need more people like that with like people like you and people like your voice to really say like we're here to protect you, especially right now. So I appreciate you saying that because
Thank
I
you.
just don't know how these kids are going to be okay with all the pressures they have on themselves and they put on themselves, really.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and to add to that, my mom has always been such a great supporter of what I do and everything. And recently I've been going through therapy just to better myself and to clear out like all this,
Same.
energy.
Girl,
Yeah,
same.
Same.
it's
Girl,
so
same.
great. It's therapy's great. And
Love it.
I've been clearing out all this energy that's like, oh, I'm mad about this, I'm mad about this. And I realized a lot of things that I was doing because my mom was in the industry too, but for music. And I didn't realize how much she thought she was protecting me and wasn't. And so when you're not aware that you're not protecting your child from like pedophiles and people that are manipulating you in like money in exchange for sex or all these things, you start getting taken advantage of, you're getting groomed, you're getting manipulated, and you want to be in this industry so bad that you do it because you feel this is how the only way you're going to be able to. That's a very, very scary situation. And when you take advantage of kids that are coming over here to LA to follow their dreams, and they're super young and their parents are like, go get them. And then they're checking in with their parents going, yeah, this is great. I met someone who knows this famous person, this famous person. They don't realize the actual grooming that's happening to them because they're so excited about the value that this person's adding to their life. And their parents aren't really understanding that they're not protecting them. So I've noticed this so many times in this industry with people I know personally, my friends, and people that have been taken advantage of. And I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that manager or that talent agent that does that to them, because I'm supposed to protect them when their parents aren't around. So it's really, really important for me. And I've always been this way. I've always been kind of like a mama bird, and I think that's why too, I have so many long-term relationships with these influencers. Like, even if they don't want to be managed by me, they still look at me as someone they can look, like talk to and be like, hey, what do you think about this? And do you know this person? And they always ask me for advice. And I love that because they trust me. And
that's important.
Exactly. And you need all three. You need trust, respect, and loyalty. And if you lose one, you lose all of it. So
exactly. Ooh, those are what I live by. Those three things.
Girl, you're just preaching today. You're just preaching. I love it. I love it. But
so, let's talk about Revamped. I mean, because that is something that, you took Vamp and you pivoted.
I love it.
Great. So talk about that pivot and then what exactly Revamped is.
Yeah, tell us everything. For people who don't understand, Revamp is this amazing, amazing thing. So please tell us more.
So we just finished season 1 of my podcast, Revamped, and we talked to all people, walks of life that I've been happily get to align with throughout the years, and we discussed their businesses, their trials and tribulations. And I really wanted to do the podcast, and I'm sure you guys feel the same way, just to give back. Like, I've been, helping brands this whole time, but I think also too, the consumer really wants to know and understand this space. I mean, I learned really quickly, my friends don't know anything about social media. Like, my real friends don't know anything. Like, I will talk in simple form and they're like, wait, what's a reel? So, so it's been really great to have this platform to talk to people that I love and, get their advice on what they think about what's happening in the industry and everything. And then also on top of that, I want to highlight them as good people. Like, I feel like there's so many people in this industry that don't get enough credibility of how hard they fucking work. Like, to do TikToks, to do YouTube, to do Instagram, to do every single platform every day is a nightmare. Like, it's so exhausting. It's so much work. And to build that, build that business to where people actually enjoy it and they want to see your stuff over and over, that is a craft. That is not like, oh, that person just posts a picture. Are you kidding me? If you even go in the day in life of an influencer, they are taking photos all fucking day. It's from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. And then they have to edit, and then they have to figure out different ideas. It's a lot of work. So I really wanted this podcast to show how great these people are. These people that I love and know, and you may see them on Instagram and think, oh, they think they're all that. No, these are fucking beautiful humans that like boss up every day and take all your judgment and all your negative comments and swallow it and still do what they do. And I just love highlighting people that I love. And we also decided to curate something else called Revamp TV and create content for a network and make shows. So we're doing that as well.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So we have a lot of things happening, and there's more things, but I don't like talking about anything until it starts coming to light.
We see
Yeah,
you.
we
We
see you,
understand
queen.
that.
We see you,
Totally.
queen.
You got to keep things a little secret, you know? So,
I do have a question. So for give us a really okay. So what do influencer agency actually do? Like, just give us a day of being. Yeah, it's a day. I know
Not
days are
sleep.
completely different, but I know our consumers be like, oh my gosh, so what do you do a day? I know it changes every day, but like, give us like a little something.
So for instance, this week, Monday, I usually try to tackle all my emails, which we do a lot of talent activation. Yeah, a lot of emails. Do a lot of talent activation. So a lot of behind the scenes campaigns with like Sephora, L'Oreal, Bumble. We work with Triller for our TV shows with our talent. So it's a lot of that stuff. And then Tuesdays, I try to do all my, I guess, Zoom calls. A lot of Zoom calls, a lot of new meetings, and trying to learn, you know, different brands and what their strategies are and how we can partner. And because like I told you guys, I work with a lot of brands that are up and coming and building and want to get into the space, and they want to work with the cool kids. So they come to me. And then and then Wednesdays, I usually take time in design. We do a lot of like social media management and curating content and making product marketing shots, and we're working on commercials. We do a lot of video content. I have to strategize and do storylines for different brands, and set up shoots, do production. And then Thursdays is usually back to emails. And then Fridays is usually handling a lot of like accounting with my accounting team and making sure everyone gets paid. And what else?
So
do we take the weekends off?
Yeah, do we like, how do you balance your life? How do you get to like do you? Because I'm like, goddamn.
Yeah.
I'm looking at how they're like this. Whew.
And then after work, so in the mornings I wake up super early. I go to the gym, have me time.
What time is early?
I paint 5.
Oh, so you a morning person?
Like, you're up.
I'm a morning person. Yeah, I'm up. I'm up
we love
at
to
5.
see it.
Yeah,
we love to see it.
And then at night I like to paint. I take time to paint or design, or when I have projects with really fun clients, I get so excited. So I'll be up till midnight designing for them and like sending them stuff. And most of my clients, I'm on a text basis. I've been on text basis for a lot of my clients since most of my clients have been for 6 years, like straight. So it's been great. We have like, I'm not the turn and burn. I'm like, let's
stick it out. Let's build something.
Yeah. And it's because, you know what it is? It's because I have discernment. I took a test, guys. You guys should take this. What your genius is. It's called like the 6 geniuses. And I wanted to know.
Let us know.
I'll send it to you. But I found out my genius is discernment. So I know what's wrong with things. So basically,
I mean, that's good because you help other brands.
Yes, and you are that person. You were that girl.
Well, because I was like, I don't, because you know how some people are like always like, oh my gosh, that looks great. I'm the one that says, the tea is not, it's a little off. And they're like, why can't you say something positive first? And I always wanted to know, why am I like that? Like, why can't I say, like, do the sandwich where like, great job, but great job. Yeah. I'm always just like, nah. And
Heather can do the sandwich perfectly. And I'm just like, I don't know how to tell people.
I'm not good at that. No.
I'm just like, no.
There's a craft to that, but my craft is saying how I feel. But you'll always know where I stand about things, and I won't ever waste your fucking time. Like, I think that's what my clients love, is like, you didn't waste my time. You told me exactly if you could do it, couldn't do it, if you couldn't afford it, or I could afford it, or whatever. You didn't let me wait 3 months to realize that you couldn't do any of the things you said. So I basically just tell it how it is. And if you want to work with me, you can, and I'll tell you if I want to work with you.
I love that.
There you go.
I love that.
There you go.
That's how I run my business.
I mean, like, you have worked with so many people.
Over, like,
there has to be like I want to know what are like the top lessons that you have learned, or like
Yes.
advice that you have gotten from people that you were just like, you know what?
You're right.
That one right there.
That works.
Yeah. Don't always trust the first mask they put on. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Like that mask looks great, but then there's suddenly another one and another one and
So
another
there's
one.
so
You're like,
many.
wait, what just happened?
So mask off all the time. Okay, I get it.
I always date people a lot before I fully marry them, because I want to see, because by 3 months your mask is off. You can't even be anyone else. You have
It's
to.
basically
You know what I
the
mean?
fake. It's the fake.
Yeah.
It's like you're on your best behavior. Everyone's doing their best, like hello, and everyone's all nice. And by the 4th month, like it is what it is.
I mean, that's why I hate dating personally.
Yep.
Because it's
like
so fake. I'm like, can you
Yes.
just come at me with the real out the gate? Let me know what I'm doing, okay?
I
Let me know
personally
what
look like
you're doing.
trash.
Like, are you
I
crazy?
look like trash.
What kind of crazy?
And I attract crazy, so I'm like, I need to know how crazy you are. Like, what type of crazy? No, I attract crazy.
No,
it's sad.
honestly, my therapist was telling me, because I always attract Peter Pans, and
he was
girl. Oh, but listen to this. He was like, did you ever think that maybe you were wearing green tights too? And I was like,
no, but I get myself accomplished. But you get yourself accomplished, though. It's different. Those people do not get their stuff accomplished. We can be all day talking about a dating game, but like these men are trash.
I am kind of Peter Pan-y. I don't want to grow up in a weird way, but I do like, I don't rely on anyone else though. You know what I mean?
That's different.
Yeah, I am in my own lane.
Exactly. You're independent enough. Ooh, that's going to take some self-reflection upon yours truly.
I just
good point.
Like, it's okay.
Look at yourself.
Like, self-reflection is key, guys.
You are.
Okay, because that was deep. I was like, oh, this is something I take it back to the later to my therapist. Like, hey, girl, let's talk about this. Hey, girl, got some unpacking to do now. I heard some buzzwords that I liked. We're gonna start working on this. Mask. Don't take the first mask. Like, okay, what else?
You know what? I've learned that imitation is compliments. It took me a really long time to really understand that, because, you know, in this world, I've been copied a lot, like a lot. And it, you know, I guess everyone's like, no, but it's a form of flattery, and I'm like, not when it ruins your own business. Like, not when people are like,
not when people want to steal from you.
Exactly.
Not when people are taking everything that you just worked on. No, I've learned that, like, you kind of can't sweat the small things, and you have to just be good at what you are, you know, like when you're wasting your time looking at others people's lanes, you can't actually win. So I have more of a Michael Phelps mentality now, where like, stay in my lane, look at my timer, don't look at theirs, because you're gonna not win. So that's something that's really important to me. It's like, and always cheer. This is the thing too. Ooh, I forgot. We talked on another podcast about this, but I can't stand, and I can't, and a lot of my girl clients are the same way, because we're like all on the same page about this. I can't stand when women say I support women and they fucking don't.
Oh, that's the worst.
Like,
that's the worst.
You cancel women, you act like you're friends, but you don't really hold hands. Like, it's only for the picture, and then, like, you know, you're like bashing them behind, you know, closed doors. And I just don't like that. I honestly really love women, and and I want to know that, like, hey, if you don't like women, that's cool. Like, do you, but don't preach that all day and not really do it in your like day-to-day mantra, like, you know what I mean? So
exactly.
Sorry, it's hot tea, but I'm sick of it.
Like, you have to truly support all aspects of a woman. Like, you have to be like that real friend to someone. Like, I don't want that fake friendships. Like, and I feel like your brand has really grown, and has the reason why you're so, you know, multi-million-dollar company is because loyalty. You're loyal and you can be trusted. And those two things are important as a human being, but also as a like an entrepreneur and a founder, because you're dealing with people every day that depend on you, and you can look at you and be like, I can trust this person. That's why your company grows, and I love that.
Oh, and you know what I did this year too? I hired all my friends, and everyone literally said, don't ever hire your friends. Are you kidding me? I hired all my real friends because they're loyal, they're honest. I've known them for 20 plus years. They will do anything for me. They will support me. They want to see my business grow. It's been the best thing ever. And we doubled this year.
Oh
so
my God,
I was like, that's the key to the pudding.
That's
like,
the key.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
people you trust.
Yes. People who aren't seeing an opportunity to learn from you and then leave. They want to stay in the trenches with you and watch this thing grow. It is the best decision I've ever made. I think traditionally, that's the thing. People before like the pandemic thought, oh, these are my friends. Those weren't your real friends. The real friends are the ones that support you through day and day. And those are the people I hired. I'd rather give my money to my best friends than to give to someone who will literally duplicate my business, talk shit on me, and try to take me down.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
You have to be with people that you trust. Like,
yeah,
like Heather and I trust her.
Yep. I know a lot of people wonder how it works, and I'm just like, I don't know. It's just this trust. We both know that we are good at different things. And if one can't be there, the other one can. And there's dependability and accountability. And it's just like, I don't have to worry. And there's no competition or anything like that. It's just like, we ultimately want the same thing and we're willing to work to do it.
Yeah. And you're honest. You're honest.
We're very honest with each other, and like, it's cute, but it's funny. Like, she wore a jean jacket and I was like, I'm gonna wear one too. I'll be right back. She put a jean jacket on. So I was like, I don't like my
She's
shirt.
like, it's a vibe. She's like, it's a vibe. I really like it.
Tell me.
I didn't know. I was like, it's a look for us today.
It's a vibe right now.
So let's do it. But no, it is like, you have to have your friends, because like, I've known Heather for like 10 years now. It has been 10 years. I don't know. We're getting old.
Don't date us.
Like, we went to grad school together, and now we did So She Slays. Yes, we're kind of smart ones.
Wait, that's amazing though. You know what I mean? Because you guys can be honest. You know, you've been through the ups and downs.
Yeah.
You understand your communication, and I feel like business partners and being with a team is communicating. The whole time is communicating.
And you have to
if you
separate,
don't have that.
You have to separate friendship and business. Like, we had like, oh, it was our friend conversation today, because you just can't talk about business, because we'll talk about business all day without even knowing it. And we're like, no, let's go get drinks.
You can't.
But no, I love how you said, like, you know, having your best friends, like people you trust. So on that note, so everyone's starting a podcast right now. Like, that's the big thing, podcast world. I have seen so many podcasts stand out. It's only a few that I like. There's only a few, because everyone sounds the same. What are some tips to stand out that you can give to people who are trying to be podcasters like ourselves?
I think having conversations that people aren't talking about, you know what I mean? Just kind of being outside of the box and being real. People want to hear real shit. They don't want to hear like, you know, if you're a podcast that's like comedy and like, you know, that stuff, I get that. But if you're going to come on to a podcast and interview people, like, I think you need to go deep, you know, and get into their soul and then drag out their trauma, you know, like, I think
that's honestly how interviews go though. Sometimes those are like some of the most interesting interviews. I'm like, show me how messy you are.
It's like, what's that interview? It was what's her name? I can't think of her name, Heather, but you love her. She's on Oprah's, you know, Ilana, is it?
Alana's like the lady who Save Your Life lady. I
can't think of her name. But
Why can't I think of her name?
She had one with DMX, and they were going through it, and I just remember I was like, this is an interview right here. This is an interview I need to watch, because it really was like, you need to tell your truth and be like honest, like just be real with yourself. And like, I gravitate to interviews that I know I'm getting a genuine connection with someone. I'm just like, okay, I know that you're not BSing me in this interview.
Totally. And if you're not going to go deep, I feel like the best advice is to really go into just straight takeaways, things that people can digest really quickly and be able to use that to impact their life right away. You know what I mean? So I think that's really important when it comes to podcasting, is like, you know, some people only have like a certain amount of time in the morning. So if it's like 30 minutes or whatever, like, don't have it drag on for, you know, unless you're Rogan, I can listen to Rogan at night all night long, you know, but he, he's what, 2000, podcast deep. He actually knows what to ask them. And he asks deep stuff, like really interesting stuff that no one's really interviewing these people about. So he does have a craft in that. But if you're going to have like a morning podcast routine, I think like if you go heavy in the takeaways, I think that's super, super important. Something that to digest really quick and be like, whoa, okay, that's great. That's my mantra today,
Okay, so thank you so much for joining us for another episode of the So She Slays Show. Lindsey, amazing. We have to have you back. I feel like we've learned so much and we've covered so much. So definitely go follow, check out Revamped and Vamped. And until next time, we'll catch you later, Slay Nation. Bye.
Bye.